어머! 깡수님 어서와요. 뭐 깨지고 그런 거 없어요? 화질 아주 좋다고요? 네, 경험치님 감사합니다. 한강정님 어서와요. 아우, 졸려가지고. 우에! 꼴 떨지 말고 이거나 먹어라. 흑현님 어서오세요. 시간 보고 놀랐겠냐고요? 아, 딱히 놀라진 않았어요. 퍼자다가 방송 늦은 게 한두 번이 아니라서. 나 방송 자주 늦게 많이 해. 나 맨날 자가지고. 요즘 흑현님 다음에 PSP 방송 뭐 할 거예요? 나 기다리고 있는데. 용주건 아주 좋지. 아니요, 2편부터 하세요. 그냥 그거 별로 스토리 중요한 게임도 아닌데.
Oh, don't do this. They'll know.
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you?
난 겨털을 안 깎아도 괜찮아! 막 이러고. 배왕님 리아예요.
If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family. I know I'm going to hell, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell!
See you in hell. 흐아!
You have to.
어울까? 그럴 것 같았어.
Enjoy the show, Jack. Let's pick up where we left off. What's going on? What's wrong with it? AI.
Tingo.
It's out of control. What?
아, 내 핸드폰 어디 있는지 까먹었어.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
나 이 게임 한 지 30분도 안 되는데 또 영상이야.
Stupid machines!
포탈 없어요. 야, 쟤는 단순한 기관단총 하나만으로 저렇게 떡을 해먹는데
Damn the Patriots!
난 뭐지? 난 스팅거로도 애 먹고 저 피구공일 텐데 솔리더스가 피구공을 좋아해서.
You still have some use.
I've captured Snake.
기타 유재인님 어서오세요. 뭐야 저거 어제만 해도 똥폼 다 잡더니 잡혀왔어.
Bring him in.
저장? 예스. 아, 오늘은 좀 목이 괜찮다. 이제는 로즈가 나와가지고 저장할래? 라고도 하지도 않아. 저장? 네.
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you.
팥빙수. 내가 사온 게 아니라서 나한테 선택권이 없어요.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
와! 졸라
What do you
힘들었어.
hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots!
어머!
They were planning to extend their control to
또 영상이라니.
information flow with GW and Arsenal. That
게임이
means
날
the information they
물먹이는군.
want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
또 영상.
No, there is another way.
Really?
엘모스님
But
어서
we have our
오세요.
own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't
뱀프
care for it
죽었죠?
anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready.
감히
to go.
주인공 누님한테 개기고 살아날 악역이 몇이나 있겠어. 조커 말고는
Plans for
없을걸?
power source.
저기
The
배트맨에
mindless
나오는.
masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted, a little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project.
서로 너네들은 내 생각대로 움직이고 있군 이러고 있어.
You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the
세 명이 전부 다
training
똑같은 말을 해. 너희들은 모두 내 계획대로 움직이고 있군.
creation of Shadow Moses.
하지만 네가 그렇게 하리란 걸 난 예상했지. 하지만 네가 그렇게 예상한 것을 나는 예상했다.
The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Foxdie. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? AIM's own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well.
닌자.
As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Foxdie. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing.
아, 쟤
If
토마토
the
주스
boy had allowed
마시더네.
the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius.
난 이 게임 되게 고전하면서 했던 것 같은데.
Colonel would provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga.
소암님
you're
어서
all
와요.
nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound.
네, 안녕하세요.
We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago.
빅보스는
Throwing your husband in the brig
Naked
was a part of
Snake.
it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance.
3 주인공이니까 그냥 천천히 방송 보시면 알게 될 거예요.
All orchestrated?
흥 누나 빡칠라 그래.
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune
흥
was
누나 피꺼소.
just a part of their project? How?
중2병 흥 누나 드디어 총
You
맞았다.
know, Lady Luck, you have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
또 뭐 영상 나오려고. 아, 나.
Know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic or some new age mumbo jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
결국은 나 패트리어트야. 패트리어트가 니들을 다 갖고 놀았어. 헐! 이 방송도 사실
You were
패트리어트에서 하는
being
걸지도
shielded by the
몰라는 개소리.
electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
아니야.
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune.
자신의 불행에 정신이 팔려서
Drama.
이 모든 것이 쇼라는 걸 눈치채죠.
I could
호이밍님
die
어서오세요.
whenever I wanted to.
보고 있나 중2병들! 자신의 불행에 자신의 불행에 정신이 팔려서 주변 환경을 못 보지 말라고 듣고 있냐 중2병들!
It missed.
하, 사실 나의 불행이 더 컸다는 이러고.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
아, 왜 이래 또.
Bastard.
연속 에너지파 저런 것도 할 수 있다니. 저건 라이덴이 쓰는 게 아니. 아, 저런 걸 어떻게 했어.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
헐, 칼.
How's this then?
여기는 총이 제일 약한 무기야. 흐! 난 진짜 초능력이 있거든요? 보여줄 거거든요? 보여줄 거거든요?
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
마저 비켜 돌대가리야.
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Everybody down!
헐, 헐키?
Impossible.
와처님 어서오세요. 헐키? 헐? 다 빗나갔네.
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family
나도 저런 능력 있었으면 좋겠다.
again.
그럼 막 소말리아 같은데 막 여행 갈 텐데. 막 미국 여행 가서 막 흑형한테 막 개기고.
Damn.
카노자님 어서
Try this
오세요.
instead.
No! 뭐가 노라는 거야? 쟤도 노래. 또 나와서 브라더 이러는 거 아니겠지? 나와서 브라더 이러는 거 아니지? 그게 아니길 바람.
Brothers!
세상에.
Liquid.
렉렉 렉렉.
I've been waiting for this! It can't be.
I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
덕분에 지금까지 무한상사 맞짱뜨기 10판을 다 했습니다.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him.
봐봐, 이게 결국은 최종 흑막이
Leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
오셀롯의 오른팔이었어. 아, 왼팔인가?
Free me. After all,
흑막이야.
I'm
라이덴은 솔리드 스네이크가 흑막인 줄 알았더니
You know where they are? How?
알고 보니 솔리더스 스네이크가 흑막이었고, 솔리더스 스네이크가 흑막인 줄 알았더니 오셀롯이 흑막이었고, 오셀롯이 흑막인 줄 알았더니 오셀롯 안에 있는 리퀴드 스네이크가 흑막이었어.
One snake and one big boss.
파워 개족보.
Time to say goodbye.
Say goodbye to your planet, 짝짝롯.
Surfing. It's a good way to go.
헐! 저걸 손으로.
Stop this thing!
Hey, Snake, you coming?
그리고 게임 오버. 빰빰빰. 카레이님 어서오세요. 스네이크도 중년이죠 뭐. 그리고는 갑자기 뜬금없이 여기로 떨어짐.
Federal Hall.
What are you laughing at?
실성하셨군.
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
That's right.
아스날 기어는 배예요, 배.
George
선박입니다.
Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it
그래,
happened
조지
right
워싱턴이 취임한 날이지. 그리고 어쌔신 크리드 3의 배경이기도 하단다.
New nation here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule. Liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
쓰리. 엔지오그라피님
Power at any
어서오세요.
cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of
엔지오그라피가
life is
뭐게요?
transferred to child.
몰라요.
That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles. Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently
앙팡 terrible?
engineered out.
앙팡은
What
우유인데.
is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child,
몸에 팔 달고 안대
it
낀 거
becomes
보면은
DNA.
중이병이야.
Information is imparted as well.
그럼 궁예도 중이병인가? 아, 궁예 중이병 맞지.
All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
뭐야?
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call
헐, 해골 징그렁.
human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution.
영상이
We
끝나질
are
않네.
formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack,
What?
listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All of this junk data preserved in an unfiltered state.
쓰레기 정보들 맞아. 이건 공감. SNS에 많이 쌓이고 있죠.
Social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's
그래,
not?
SNS는
You're
검열 좀
being
해야 돼.
silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
여러분
Spent
커피벅스
on new weapons in
커피벅스?
order to humanely murder
그래,
other humans.
상호를 가리기 위해 커피벅스란 말을 쓰지.
Even more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty,
커피벅스의
few
가격이
donations are
높은
made to
거는
protect endangered
전부 다 외계인 때문이래요.
Everyone
어머나
ends
너무
up being
무서운
told the
세상.
same thing.
Be nice to
이런
other
세상이 너무 무서우신 거에 공감하는 분들은 좋아요를 눌러주세요.
people. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh.
나 패드 놨어.
Validated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
야, 게임 진짜 날로 만들었다.
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence.
이거 어떻게 얼굴만
You
바꾸면서
lack
밑에
qualifications
텍스트
to
출력하고.
exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
뭐래?
Another possibility is that self is a concept you can
왜 갑자기 도덕 시간으로 변하고 난리야?
endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then.
윤리 시간이야?
Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashion, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide?
라이덴 말빨에서 완전 발렸다.
Someone
반박을 안
like
하고
you
있어.
even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual
네,
is
라이덴
supposed to
씨
be
지금
weak,
도망치고
but
있습니다.
far from
도망치긴
powerless. A
미친.
single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity.
와, 드디어 끝났나?
The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake.
야, 나오네.
It is a
피션
method, a
네일드.
protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a
넙치님
method.
어서오세요. 살려줘.
We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme
메가돌 부인님
circumstances.
어서오세요.
It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did.
아,
It
아침
occurred
드라마.
to you to do nothing
아.
but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW is still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it.
알고 보니 막 라이덴이 흑막.
I think that's enough.
잘했군 GW.
It's time for the
하하하하.
final
이러는 거 아니야?
exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters. Enjoy
싸우자.
yourselves.
이제 게임하는 거지.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival.
당연히 주인공이 생존에 유리하지 임마.
By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
하하하! 또 영상인가?
I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix.
코지마 히데오 진짜 명치 존나 세게 때리고 싶다. 쏘가리님 마리님 어서오세요. 코지마 명치 개세게 때리고 싶다.
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed.
여기 쉬운가? 여긴 좀 할만해요. 근데 동영상 때문에 제 대뇌의 전두엽까지 고통이 물밀듯이 밀려오는 것 같아. 제발 드디어! 하! 영상 끝이다!